What better way to close up match day 16 than a rivalry clash between the Tacoma Defiance and Portland Timbers 2. Welcome one and all to Tukwila, Washington. My name is Mark Schoenster, excited for this second edition of this clash between the Defiance and Timbers 2 this season. My name is Mark Schoenster, looking forward to getting this one going momentarily. Last time these two teams met at Providence Park, it was a throttling in favor of Portland Timbers 2. Now Tacoma Defiance will be looking for payback. Meanwhile, the visitors looking to make it 2-0 on the season. Let's take a look at where these two teams sit in the standings. And not only is it a rivalry game, but you can see right there at 7 and 8, it's also a match right in the thick of the table, both tied at 20 points. Either one of them can take over that 7th place spot, whether it's Tacoma retaining it or Timbers hopping them to try to clip at the heels of Sporting Kansas City 2. One way or another, it's an evenly matched affair as far as these teams' body of work this season. If that wasn't already enough evidence on the side of the rivalry end of things, that would make you want to tune in and watch this game. Here is your starting lineup. First off, for Hervé Diesse, the 4-2-3-1. A lot of familiar faces here, but also a couple of first-team names to shout out. Andrew Thomas, Cody Baker, Danny Leyva, and Dylan Tevis, all playing this evening to start off for Tacoma Defiance, coming over from the Seattle Sounders. Meanwhile, on the Portland Timbers 2 side of things, this is about what you would expect from this crew, coached by Serge Dinkota, rocking the 4-3-3 today. We'll see if they could get the job done for a second matchup in a row against this Tacoma Defiance squad. They met back in May. Now here, all the way at the end of June, they'll try to hop them in the standings. And we are just moments away from getting this going. Our head official for this one, Kalin Radosov, looking forward to kicking this one off with you. From Starfire Sports Complex, it'll be Portland going right to left. Meanwhile, Tacoma left to right. We received the go-ahead and we're underway from Starfire Sports Complex. It's Tacoma and Portland doing battle for the next 90 minutes. Once again, we welcome you in here for the final game in match day 16 in MLS Next Pro. Let's see what this one has in store for us. It's a series that, of course, is hewed in with the rivalry of the Timbers and the Seattle Sounders. But it's a series that's actually, when you have had these teams play each other, it's pretty lopsided in favor of one side or the other. How often do these teams keep it neck and neck? Now, that could change any given day, and maybe tonight's the night where we get a close one. There's only one way to find out if a pattern will continue or be snapped, and that's to stay locked in here for the rest of this affair. Both these teams played in the midweek. Tacoma here at home against Real Monarchs, and they were victorious in a 3-0 final for them there. And Hervé Diesse, the head coach for Tacoma, said that that performance was always there with us. We tend to create chances, but we were better defensively, but even then, still not top-notch defensively. They allowed too many shots in that affair. None of them were able to hit the back of the net, though, much to their delight. Continued about how his side has always been one of the best in the league as far as creating the chances, but sometimes they don't always put away those opportunities. They were able to put a couple of them away in that game on Wednesday, and they'll look to continue that trend pushing forward. try to continue that offensive prowess that they've demonstrated this season and pair it up with a more stubborn defensive showing, especially here against Portland Timbers 2. This one will deflect out for a Portland Timbers 2 throw-in. And on the road here, they were on the road on Wednesday. Talking about Portland. They were able to win 3-2 against Minnesota United 2. All three of their goals coming in the first half, giving them a 3-0 lead. They scored twice in a 4-minute span. And then Minnesota in the second half would score twice in a 2-minute span, really changing the tenor of that matchup. But Portland able to hang on after that one and find all 3 points of both these teams coming off not only a 3-point performance, but a 3-goal performance on the midweek. Both trying to carry some momentum into now the second half of the season, halfway through the year. Both teams with 14 games played. It's 28 total on the season, so this is now when you realize that the games you have left is less than the games you've played thus far, and although that's maybe Captain Obvious speaking there when it comes to making it halfway through the season, but it really does change your perspective on the value of each and every game as you push to make the playoffs, and the mentality and the importance of each and every match, and the intensity that builds up as you creep closer and closer to postseason play. All right, now both sides just poking and prodding each other, trying to figure out how they're going to find the advantage in this one. Malcolm Johnston, went over from Vancouver Whitecaps 2 last season. That is, he played for Whitecaps 2 last season, making the change at the beginning of this year. Entirety of this game thus far being played in that middle third, neither keeper having to get too worried just yet. This could be the first foray into attacking third for either side. Here's Batache floating this one up, and he couldn't quite connect with his target, Dylan Tevez. But it is the first foray into the penalty area for either side. The captain trying to set up the first team man. Couldn't quite make it happen there. Linares slipping that one forward. And now we're gonna get a whistle to free kick, and also our first booking of the evening. So Cody Baker will be given the yellow card there in his third appearance with Tacoma this season. Now we'll see if Portland can conjure up something here on the set piece. It's a good distance away for a direct shot on goal. But some players have that boot on them and they contest the goalie. Once again, Andrew Thomas, another one of the 4 first-team contract players in the starting 11 for Tacoma this evening. You see Harvey Neville and Joshua Penn, who are lined up on it. Linares not too far off either. Not out of the realm of possibilities for him to sneak in. Waiting for the go-ahead from Kalin Radosov. Now looks like we're ready to go. Let's see who takes this. It's Penn! And it's off target, but it glanced off the wall. Corner kick incoming. So now Portland will have another vantage point to see if they can test the keeper. After one opportunity on one end, it's 2 chances from dead ball situations for Portland on the other. It'll be Jaden Jones-Riley provide the service from the left corner flag. Drives inside, headed away. They'll get another crack at this. Take 2, floats up and into the arms of Thomas. He's able to spring forward, and now he's going to try to spring a counterattack. Contact is made, and the whistle will be blown. Travion Sousa, the left back, getting well up the pitch, making that run, and gets taken down, I believe, by Adolfo Enriquez. And it will be Adolfo Enriquez getting his 5th yellow card of the year. We'll see what Tacoma can do here. Long-ranged effort, well off the mark. Danny Leyva, who scored from a free kick in their game on Wednesday, trying to recreate some of that magic. Wasn't to be there. I'll tell you what, it is a beautiful day to play some soccer out in the Pacific Northwest. 72 degrees at the Starfire Sports Complex right now. I'm sure everyone has their slight preferences, but if you ask me, that's about right where I would want it to be if I were playing. Let's see what Portland can do here. First time in live play in the attacking third. Neville sends this one inside, and it's another corner kick incoming. Harvey Neville will stroll this one over to the left corner flag. Their third corner kick in the early frame of this match. Ball comes in, nearly made target. It was just a couple inches short of Tyler Clegg, making some contact with the Defiance first, but now they will get their fourth corner kick, this time from the right flag. Perhaps they'll have some more luck on this end of things. Haven't been able to get a shot on goal on these corner kicks yet. Joshua Penn serves it in. Still in the thick of things. Player goes down. And no call will be made as far as a penalty is concerned, but it will be another corner kick. There's definitely some contact there. But Kalin Radisov says, all fair game. Penn serves it in, and once again, it's clutched by Andrew Thomas. And he's looking to quickly distribute it. And I ought to be careful there, make sure that no one gets hurt on the punt after the fact, going directly into the back of a Timbers 2 player. That could not have felt good for Malcolm Johnston. Straight off the boot of Andrew Thomas and right into his back. You just hope it didn't hit the back of his head. Does look like it hit his head, though. That's why you have to blow the whistle. Make sure that there isn't any fear of concussion. It's definitely not comfortable. Come Tacoma, though. Only for a moment, though, before Portland able to stabilize and win the ball back. A 3-2 win on the road against Minnesota for Portland. Marked their first road win of the season. And it's the second. And then when you include this, it's a 3-game road stretch for them. They're closing off that road streak here. Take it short. That one goes out for another corner kick. Do have a player down for Portland. Andrew Thomas coming all the way across the pitch to check up on him. Malcolm Johnston for the second time going down on both ends of the field. Certainly don't hope that it's anything too serious. Walked off by the trainer. We'll see if he returns to this game or the substitution going to come in, and it does look like the latter of those two, and a substitution for Portland Timbers 2. Malcolm Johnston, a regular starter for this team. Definitely not the news they're looking for, but obviously you gotta make sure the guy's okay first and foremost. And the academy kid, Christian Mendoza, will come in his stead. Certainly not unfamiliar with action this season for Portland Timbers, too. This will be his 12th appearance. He's already racked over 500 minutes played. Service comes in, headed down. Tacoma will continue to press onward here.
Making their first change for Portland Timbers 2. Left again, number 55, Michael Johnson. Replaced by number 87, Christian Mendoza.
This one still in the field of play, and now a whistle blow, and it'll be a free kick in favor of the visitors. This portion of the match is brought to you by your locally owned and operated McDonald's. Download the McDonald's app today, and when the Sounders win, you will win a free McChicken the following day with a $2 minimum purchase only in the app. This is part of a 3-game road stretch for Portland Timbers 2, which is the longest of the season they'll have. And now they got to defend another attack from Tacoma. Neville rides the clearance. This is a Portland team that has a very clear identity, according to Tacoma head coach Hervé Diassé. Said once Serge was made the permanent coach, they've been able to establish a very clear identity. He said, but they're coming to us, and we want to get 3 points and then go to sleep on our own beds. He's trying to keep it very simple. Got to defend your fortress, that's for certain. All about execution at this stage of the season for Hervé Diassé. Bit of possession exchanging here back and forth. That's Tacoma once again with the ball. And they're getting aggressive. That's a nice ball through. But the offside flag does go up. And there was definitely potential for that. Dylan Tevez trying to slip through, but the timing wasn't quite right. That's a lovely ball through. Harvey Neville making the run. Neville still going with it. Harvey Neville! Not sure if he was trying for a shot there or if he was looking to set up his teammate. Mateo Bunbury was making a run with him. It split the difference between the two. At the end of the day, ended up just being a goal kick in favor of the home side. That's definitely the best opportunity either team has had in this game so far. Biggest potential for a goal. What has been mainly a draw in the middle of the pitch as both teams look to jockey over control of the match. Both sides definitely practicing patience in this affair and not getting too eager to throw bodies forward recklessly. Tacoma will know all too well how opportunistic this Portland team can be. Winning 4-1 in that match in Providence Park earlier this year. It was a Blake Pope brace in the first 14 minutes that really set the tone for Timbers 2 in that affair. There's Mendoza. Playing it back to Enriquez, and he'll knife this one forward. And Andrew Thomas, keen to that pass, goes to the edge of his penalty area, gets a hold of it. There's Baker. Couple of good touches here from Tacoma. Baker still with it. Baker trying to drive that one inside, and it's out for another corner kick after the deflection. Some good interplay here from Tacoma going up this right touch line. Leyva slips it inside. Manungu shoots. May have been more of a cross at the end of things. Tacoma still with possession. Loose touch from Leyva, he keeps it in play. Manungu, some good movement. Cross comes in. Second chance, saved. Carver Miller making the stop. Manungu with a good touch. Manungu keeps going with it, it's saved. The follow through is in. And Tacoma take the advantage. The first effort denied, but then the follow-up tap-in is good for Yu Sukanome. Sometimes the most important trait of a striker is to be at the right place at the right time. You could attribute that as luck, but it is absolutely a skill. Having a nose for goal, knowing where to put yourself. And Sukanome with his 5th finish of the season. Couple of good chances there for Tacoma, and now they're rewarded with an advantage. This portion of the match is brought to you by Providence Swedish, official healthcare partner of Seattle Sounders FC. We're 25 minutes in after both sides have had a couple of opportunities, but the majority of the match being played in the middle third. It's Tacoma with a couple of good chances that find the back of the net and get the goal scoring open in this one. And this Cascadia clash between Tacoma and Portland. Manungu falls back to him. Georgie Manungu with a step. Ball service inside. Batashe plays it up top. Here's a cross, and it'll bounce out for a goal kick. And although this is a rivalry clash, Hervé Diesse wants his team to take the emotion out of it. He said that he wants his side to lean on their game model and on their principles. And start getting emotional in the game. Start forgetting what proper plays you need to make. And he wants his side to be cool and calculated. Free kick incoming for Portland near the middle of the pitch. These are two teams sitting right next to each other on the table, 20 points each. Well, right now it's Tacoma sitting all three of them to jump up to 23 points, which would mean they were a point behind Sporting KC2, the team they meet next week. This team's currently sitting at 7th and 8th in the Western Conference standings. Manungu. Man, is he proving how dangerous he can be with the ball at his feet. Taking on defenders one-on-one. Making some deadly moves. Play goes on. It's a good turn from Patashe. Manungu. Couldn't quite bend that one in the way he would have liked. It's out for another goal kick. Not able to get this one into the attacking half for a good stretch of time. Mainly had to resort to holding possession for the last few minutes, and you know they'd love to find a response, at least in the form of some attacking moments after going down a goal. Once again, how about to force anything as this long ball goes down the field, trying to see if Jaden Jones-Riley can make a play happen one-on-one, and although he wasn't able to do that, a corner kick will be given to Portland. They've had a handful of these today already. Penn sends it in, and it's another easy grab for Thomas. And right on cue. It's a quick distribution. A whistle from our head official as we hit the 30-minute mark. Well, past it now, actually. This portion of the match is brought to you by Puyallup tribe of Indians, a tribe known for being generous and welcoming to all people. Once again, that's the Puyallup tribe of Indians bringing you this segment of the match. Manungu has it once again. Well, he left it for his captain, both of which expecting the other to take it. And then a tangling challenge, some 77 on 77 crime there. Portland will win the ball back. It's a goal generated by the talents of Georgie Manungu. His shot going up the keeper, falling to the lap of Yu Sukanome, who is able to notch it home for Tacoma. Different goal than the first goal they scored against Real Monarchs, which was Some good combination play in that attacking third. They were able to finish off it. It's pleasing to the eye, that goal against Real Monarchs. Talking to Hervé DSA about that goal. Talked about just how much work his team does in working on their finishing. Meanwhile, on the other end, Portland trying to finish one themselves. End up having to retreat and now push forward once again. Mendoza out wide to Neville. Entry denied there. Ball's back to Neville along the touchline. Neville does well to maintain possession. Now Clegg finds Jones-Riley. His service comes in, and there's no one there for it for Portland. So it's out for a goal kick. This Tacoma team does a lot of work on finishing, including sessions focused on passing in the opposing box. They have classes, they look at clips and film. They have both individual and group meetings about it. So important to get that knocked down. According to Hervé DSA, it's all about timing and precision when it comes to goal scoring. Once again, Yusuke Nome in the right place at the right time to tack that one home for Tacoma. It's back in the 25th minute. Over in the right flank, and Portland makes something happen on this set piece. It'll be Neville, and it's over top everybody's head. It'll continue bouncing. Looks like it may end up being a deep throw-in, the way the ball spun and bounced, which is definitely the preferable result for Portland here. Neville goes down, and it's another free kick in favor of the visitors. 10 more minutes to go before we reach the end of the first half. Did Portland find a response before that whistle blows? Well, Tacoma find another one to double the advantage. Kitahara playing it back to his center backs. Hawkins. One-touch passes now results in a throw-in for Tacoma. Bunbury playing it backwards. Portland will clutch onto the ball once again. Trying to find a response. Serge Dinkota's men. Dinkota officially became the head coach, no longer interim, back on May 3rd. And immediately swept Cascadia Cup opponents Vancouver and Tacoma consecutively after that announcement, which, how about a great way to solidify your spot as the coach of Portland Timbers too. He's been with the program since 2018. Greater Portland Timbers organization. Sousa playing it back to Kitahara. Traffic traversing there for Dylan Tevez, and he ends up being bested. It's a 3-on-1 situation. Certainly going to be tough for him to get through Portland, doing well to close off all his avenues. Here's Jones-Riley. Jaden Jones-Riley. Trying to flip the vantage point. Portland with some sustained possession. That'll be another free kick. The foul called on Trevion Sousa. With the push on the back. Jaden Jones-Riley, the one suffering the foul there. Sousa looking to be getting a warning from Kalin Radasov, our head official. Won't be a booking, but perhaps if he commits another foul after this point, then he will be seeing yellow. Train chugging along in the background of Starfire Sports Stadium. And Portland churn out a goal here from the set piece. This one skipping through. And the shot deflected out for a corner kick. Tyler Clegg had a moment with the ball at his feet, and the goal not too far away. Neville will take this corner kick. A lot of air under that one. Just haven't quite been able to figure out how to make it click here this evening from these corner kicks, Portland. They will go on here. We reach the 40-minute mark. Penn driving it inside. Still in the thick of things, but Andrew Thomas once again coming down with it. And now Tacoma will push forward. Batashe. His attempt deflecting off a defender. That was Keyshawn Ferdinand, who got in the way of it. So one captain shooting, the other captain denying. Nearly halfway through this game. These two teams halfway through their seasons, 14 games played, this being game number 15. Every DSA, after having 14 games under his belt, says that he's got a very good squad. They've got all the parts they need, and there's nothing in that department that they're missing. We'll see if they can find another goal here. Kitahara squares it centrally. The run was there, but the connection wasn't quite. The first half of the season was all about learning the guys, their habits, their preferences, how they are as people. The same could be said for the staff getting acclimated to each other as well, DSA was saying. But now at this point, he's got an idea of everybody. They all have an idea of each other. And it's about refining, honing in, and simply, it's about executing now. They feel they've got everything they need to contend. I mentioned earlier about how good the team is at creating chances. If you can create chances, you've got a fighting shot at any game you play in. Stuart Hopkins to prevent the corner kick. The initial header on there and then followed it up. The flicking header right along the goal line. Long throw and comes in. Once again, it's Hawkins who is able to get on the end of it. Manungu has a man running, but he'll cut to his right. Georgie Manungu plays it centrally. And Leyva couldn't quite bring that one in. And now Portland on the counterattack. Here's Linares. Kyle Linares sends it to his right for Penn. Penn with the cross and the header over top. And a player down in the process. It's Mateo Bunbury who had the final touch on it. He may have made some contact with Andrew Thomas after the fact as he was diving, falling onto the ground. Just laying it out there, trying to hit the back of the net. The hopes of tying this one up before halftime. So after 45 minutes, we get 3 more here in the first half. A goal from Yu Sukanome in the 25th minute, the Japanese striker, following up on a Georgie Manungu effort. Free kick awarded for Portland here. Now had a couple of moments since that goal to try and level it. Still don't have a shot on target, though. No saves have been needed from Andrew Thomas, the English goalkeeper for Tacoma. Jaden Jones-Riley tried to get that in centrally, and it'll be yet another corner kick. Looks to be the 8th corner that Portland Timbers 2 have had here in the first 45 plus. They haven't had much success yet with any of these. Perhaps this can be the exception. Entrance is denied. And Batashe dishing it out. Coming up a couple more seconds on the clock. Leyva pops it over to Manungu. Couldn't quite corral that one. And Harvey Neville, who is streaking back, catches it in stride. Another long ball forward. Here's Bunbury. Mateo Bunbury is bested there. And Andrew Thomas didn't quite keep it in bounds, so it'll be corner kick number 9 for Portland Timbers 2. Perhaps the last opportunity for Portland here in this first half. Guess I haven't quite figured out that delivery yet. Tacoma looking to take this one to the halftime break with a 1-0 advantage. There goes down, free kick incoming, and that might be where things wrap up here. And that is how the first half will conclude. Yu Sukanome with the lone goal after 45 plus. And it's Tacoma at home with the 1-0 advantage, trying to get one back on their rivals. Coming up, Michelle visits MLS Next Pro headquarters for a report. You're not going to want to miss it on the other end of this break.
Messi! Really sweet. Ahí está el centro. Gol. Maxi Mesa para pegarle. Maxi le pegó. Puerta al frente. Servicio. El tiro. It's saved by Colin. Con autoridad el centro. A la izquierda en las afueras del área le pega. Golazo. Externa va a definir Chicho.
Welcome back to halftime, everyone. 1-0 your scoreline here in favor of the Tacoma Defiance. Michelle Montaigne checks in from New York and takes a deep dive into the first half of the season in this week's edition of The Report.
The back post, and there it is! This is a Jago! Overhead kick is in! And this one's in, how about that? And it is all working for North Texas.
From the West Coast to the Big Apple, the league has seen big things from our guys through the first half of the season. I'm Michelle Montaigne, joining you from Major League Soccer headquarters in New York City today with a special mid-season edition of The Report. The midway point of the season means it's time to recognize who has stood out so far. And since this is a team sport, we start with our mid-season team, who just so happens to have the youngest average starting lineup. That would be Philadelphia Union too. They've earned 29 points in their first 13 matches. Their 28 goals are tied for second most in the league, trailing only SKC2, while their 13 goals allowed tops the Eastern Conference. The perennial playoff team has found its way to the top of the East, and the entire club, from staff to coaches to players, is due the credit.
For us, it's just another day. You know, it's part of our goal, you know, to develop these players each day, each week, and you know, a lot of the credit, if all of them, should go to the players. You know, they put in a lot of good energy every day, every week. They prepare well. They take care of the bodies off the pitch. So, you know, this is just kind of a result of all the good things that they've been doing throughout the season so far. So we're happy for them.
With the impressive run of form from one of the best development clubs in the country, it's no surprise to see so many Union 2 players signed to MLS deals this season. David Vasquez, Andrew Rick, and Kevin Sullivan headline the group of youngsters. Vasquez has posted 2 goals and 3 assists in 8 matches. Andrew Rick earned his MLS debut on June 22nd, starting and playing all 90 minutes for Philadelphia Union. Kevin Sullivan, who signed the largest deal for a homegrown player in MLS history on May 9th, made his professional debut with Philadelphia Union II on March 24th. He entered the match as a sub and assisted the game-winning goal in a 2-1 victory. Your midseason coach honors go to FC Cincinnati 2's Tyrone Marshall. The turnaround in Cincy this season has been nothing short of inspiring to watch. Marshall has his guys poised to challenge for a deep playoff run for the first time in their 3 MLS Next Pro seasons. After bringing home monthly honors in May, North Texas SC's Michael Collodi was named the mid-season goalkeeper. His 11 goals allowed are the fewest amongst keepers with at least 1,000 minutes this season. His impressive form since rejoining his home club at the start of 2024 has his team near the top of the West. Now, we know so many guys across the league are rising through the ranks of their respective organizations. So for St. Louis City 2's Makai Joyner to earn the highly coveted Rising Star honor at the midpoint of the season is no small feat. The 17-year-old has posted 6 goals and 8 starts for Bobby Murphy's club, which leads the team in St. Louis. And last but opposite of least, SKC 2's Cameron Habibullah was named MLS Next Pro's mid-season player. He leads the league in goal involvement, scoring 7 goals and providing 5 assists so far this season. What's more, his 7-goal tally finds him in a 4-way tie for 3rd most goals in the league. The 20-year-old forward is showing that the 3rd season's the charm for him and is a part of why SKC 2 leads the league in both goals and assists. The 20-year-old forward has excelled in Kansas City after spending his first 2 seasons in the league with Whitecaps FC 2. Born in Uzbekistan and raised in British Columbia, Habibullah joined Vancouver's academy as a 12-year-old in 2016. He's been putting up impressive numbers ever since. Well, as we continue our mid-season special episode of The Report, now we bring in a guy who knows a thing or two about playing at the highest level. Ali Curtis, Senior Vice President of MLS Next Pro Competition and Operations and Senior Vice President of MLS Sporting Development. That's a mouthful. Thank you, Ali, for your time. You and I have seen this league kind of grow since its inception. We're now at the midpoint of Season 3. What has caught your eye so far this year?
Thanks for having me. The games have been incredibly intense, incredibly competitive. You know, now that we're into our 3rd season, it really has been a league of opportunity. We've seen so many players from MLS Next get opportunities in MLS Next Pro, which has been great to experience and to see. And then there have been a number of players from MLS Next Pro that have signed, first-team contracts in MLS, and some have gone on into Europe. We've had over 100 players sign first-team contracts in MLS, and then we've had a number of players sign short-term contracts. So it's really been great to kind of see all that cohesion and integration between all the different leagues. And we're also seeing it, from a staffing perspective, when you see coaches that are moving up and moving over, and then also athletic trainers and other areas of the staff. It's really been special. So yeah, incredibly intense and competitive, but all good things.
All good things with him leading the way. Ali, thank you so much for the time. He touched on some of the numbers there. Now we're going to take an even deeper look at MLS Next Pro by the numbers. There have been 190 matches played. That's led to 632 goals. That gives us an average of 3.3 goals per game. We've witnessed 44 shootouts this season with a shootout conversion rate of 74.8%.
There is our go-ahead. We are underway in the first ever Battle of the Independents between Chattanooga FC and Carolina Core. And that's going to trickle through from the open goal from Jesus. Ipora. Vanya, goes left corner. Overhead kick is in.
A big part of what makes MLS Next Pro the league that it is, the independent clubs. Making their MLS Next Pro debut earlier this season, Chattanooga FC, who got off to a pretty strong start, winning 4 of their first 8 games. But their head coach, Rod Underwood, knows that wins are hard to come by, and halfway through the season, feels like that is something his guys are still learning what it takes.
They're raising the level of soccer in America, and that's one of their major goals. And hopefully we'll see more of these players in the league making it to the first team, and not just making it to the first team, because I think the league will say we want these guys to come in and be difference makers at their first team level. And it stresses us every game. We haven't had an easy game in this league. So even the Miami game 6-2, that was an easy game. Things just bounced our way that game.
The boys in blue bookend the month of July with some home matches, first against Crown Legacy, then they close it out against Orlando City B. In between, they'll get their first test against the best in the East, Union 2. Then we'll face the other independent newcomer this season, Carolina Core, for the third time this season. The two teams have split wins in their first two meetings, and Core's Chief Sporting Officer, Eddie Pope, is hoping that they take the tiebreaker.
And then I'd say the level of competition has been great. It's been good to see how much the league has grown over such a short period of time. The players are so good, the coaching is so good. It's just been a pleasure to watch, all the teams play and really to watch how this stepping stone called MLS Next Pro is really a thing, and it really is working.
Now, taking a look at Core's upcoming schedule, they will play only 3 matches across the month of July. August sees them play host in 4 of their 5 matches in the month, with their lone road test coming against formidable FC Cincinnati 2. Now, having covered this league since its inception, I can say with confidence that there have been some incredible goals since day one, but the quality of goals through season 3 has been off the charts. So when I say that getting recognized as having one of the goals of the season, that is a big deal. The first one that broke into SportsCenter Top 10 came off the right foot of Chattanooga FC's Mehdi Wamri. With his back to the goal, the 24-year-old's bicycle kick earned him the goal of match week 12 and has us still thinking about it all these weeks later. Similarly, Revs 2 midfielder Maciel combined right place, right time, and right skill set for another stunner. From beyond the 18-yard box, he booted an attempted clearance right back at the defense, finding the top right corner of the back of the net.
Chance to get through here. It's lovely footwork. Nearly a tremendous goal. Oh my word! It's a stunning strike. A stroke of genius from Gerardo Valenzuela.
With goals on the brain, it just feels like a good time to maybe check in on the Golden Boot race. Chicago Fire 2's David Poreba sits alone at the top with 9 total. Right behind him is his own teammate, Harold Osorio, who's in a 2-way tie for second with Roald Mitchell. They both have 8 apiece. 4 players have 7 goals on the season. They sit tied for third. And as we wrap up, we conclude with the moment. Now, there have been plenty of good ones halfway through the season, but the moment of the midseason belongs to St. Louis City 2. They just somehow keep outdoing themselves. This time, they broke the all-time attendance record with 10,671 fans packing City Park. The home fans got to see their team win their 5th straight over their Midwest rival, Sporting Kansas City 2. Halfway done, halfway to go. Who gets to compete for this year's championship will come down to who can close out the season with that Empire state of mind. I'm Michelle Montaigne saying so long from the city that never sleeps.
Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, pon la mano en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
Past the halfway point of the season and past the halfway point of this matchup. 1-0 your scoreline after 45 between the Tacoma Defiance and Portland Timbers 2. In case you're just now tuning in, maybe you switched over from the North Texas Real Monarchs game, here's a bit of a recap. Early on in the game, bit of a stalemate between the two sides as they both tried to figure out a way to get into that attacking third with some pressure. A couple of moments for both sides going one way or another. And it would all lead up to this moment. Georgie Manungu with a good step, a second good step, a shot that would be saved, but then the follow-through is capitalized on by Yu Sukanome to make it 1-0 in favor of Tacoma. There'd be a couple other chances for Portland to find a response after going down a goal, but at the end of the day, they wouldn't break through and they wouldn't require saves from Andrew Thomas to keep it at a 1-0 scoreline. Still no shots on goal, but here are a look at your stats across that 45 plus. A lot of corner kicks for Portland, but none of them have really quite connected and really proven to be too dangerous. If they get more opportunities here in the second half, they'll definitely want to make better use of how those corner kicks are executed on. And as the look at the upcoming games here, we wrap up the action here in match week 16 as we now look at the match week 17 schedule. Starting on Wednesday, North Texas will take on Minnesota United FC 2. And then we get into the fun on Friday. More games, both of these two teams playing on Saturday if you're at Portland Timbers 2 against Vancouver. Meanwhile, it'll be Sunday for Tacoma Defiance. Both of the teams will be at home. Tacoma will be playing Sporting Kansas City 2, by the way. That's all games for the future. We got 45 more minutes here in a one-score game between Cascadia rivals Portland Timbers 2 and Tacoma Defiance. And we are back into the thick of things. Whistle blown by Colleen Radosov, our head official. And we are ready to get this one going again. Mark Schoenster here on the mic with you. Now the lone game left in match week 16 after the conclusion of North Texas and Real Monarchs. If you've been watching this one all the way through, North Texas getting a 2-1 victory on the road. Now 6 games unbeaten for North Texas. Portland looking to find a response in this one. Got a good little proposition early. Now Tacoma, they can hang on to this lead, would level the series at 1 apiece this season, and would also give themselves a 3-point cushion ahead of Portland in the standings. Mendoza stepping in, floats this one up, and it's headed up and out for a corner kick. You see one substitution for Coach Dinkota's side. Tyler Clegg out and Kaveh Rod in. Two normal fixtures this season for Portland Timbers 2. Here's the service, headed away. 10th corner kick of the evening for Portland. Well, they'll go for it again. Neville taps this one outward. Penn gets it back to Neville. Service comes bending in, headed out. Now Defiance have possession for the first time here in the second half. It's a short-lived stint, and Portland will once again go back on the prowl. So just one personnel adjustment between our two coaches in this matchup to start the second half. See what kind of switches and changes these coaches make as the game goes on. A tug there means a whistle and a free kick in favor of Tacoma. Facing a little bit of a lineup recap. Tacoma with 4 players on first team contracts playing this evening for the Defiance. Cody Baker, Danny Leyva, Dylan Tevez, and Andrew Thomas in goal, all getting a nod. for Portland on their side of things, they actually, as far as players getting minutes this season, don't have as long a list of players who have had appearances this season. They try to keep it to the relatively same core. A lot of clubs in this league like to give a myriad of players chances and minutes and opportunities. Portland focusing more on team stability, getting that chemistry growing. Certainly positives and negatives to each method and each approach. A lot of chops on the ball there. Quick throw in to Linares. Tevis chests this one down. Now Tacoma will have possession as they pass it along their back line. Baker drives this one forward, but just too far ahead and off target for Manungu. Portland will have possession once again. They're looking to find an equalizing goal in this affair. They have 7 different players who have tallied at least 2 goals this season. They've also got their 2 leading goal scorers, Kyle Linares and Joshua Penn, out on the pitch, both with 4 goals apiece. Both of them scoring in that game against Minnesota United, 2 on Wednesday. Game they won 3-2. And also doing well in the assists categories. And also whoever can rack in that ball, Linares and Penn are probably your most likely candidates, but they've got a whole handful of players who can knock that one home if they get the opportunity to. Penn, who's been the guy in form recently, has scored in 4 of the club's last 6 matches. So if you had to take your pick and your guess at who's the most likely to find the equalizer, that's the guy. Leyva trying to serve it to Patache. And it goes out for a goal kick. Bryant's pass is retrieved by Tacoma. Manungu shoots. Couldn't keep that on frame. So, it was Georgie Manungu, the one who created a couple of consecutive opportunities, which built up to a great chance that was denied by Carver Miller. But the rebound of that save was tucked away nicely by Yu Sukanome. And that is how this game is at 1-0. Both teams looking to collect 6 points on the week. Both winning on Wednesday. Right now, Tacoma in the better position, of course, to do so. Equal at 20 points apiece. Some pickpocketing here. Needs a chance to push forward. Sousa. Gets it back to Hawkins. Actually worth correcting, he's another player on a first-team contract, but more of a regular here with Tacoma Defiance, and along with Sota Kitahara. handful of players whom are playing today for Tacoma. Got a couple appearances for their MLS side. Driving ball comes inside, booted upward by Kitahara. And he's out wide to the left once again. Definitely favored that left-hand side with Harvey Neville. Oh, poor touch from Ferdinand. It's a chance to break four for Tacoma. That ball searching for Patache, just wide. Now Portland can push the other direction. Mendoza sends it to Penn. Penn cannot get that one by Lopez. Corner kick number 11 for Portland here. Cross comes in, headed down, whistle blows. Means opportunity snuffed out for Portland due to some contact in the penalty area. Here's a quick ball going the other direction. And that could have been very dangerous. Looked like it glanced off a hand. Ref says play on. And for good reason. It was a play that ended up favoring Portland in the end, but Carver Miller had to come well out of his penalty area and make do with that ball very quickly. That's out for a Portland throw. This portion of the match is brought to you by Regents Blue Shield. Together, we health. Local ball trying to slip through for Bunbury, but wasn't making the run. Portland applying some pressure here on this Tacoma back line. They're able to handle it well. And switch the pitch width-wise. And now Patache sending it along the right, and it's out for a goal kick. Got the chance to talk to Hervé Diesse a little bit about the difference between players who, when they reach the age of 18, whether they go and play collegiately or stick around in the academy program with the second teams and whatnot, and what difference it makes once they reach around the age of 22, when those players graduate from college. They can come back and play for programs that they had their foundational soccer built upon during their academy days. There's quite a few of those players on this Tacoma Defiance team. Guys who started off in the academy, reached 18 years old, went to college, and then after college ended up coming back to play for Tacoma Defiance. And Hervé Diesse said that it's a huge difference in the kind of human being you get depending on which route they take. There's Tevez. He has that one denied, but it's a corner kick for Tacoma. As the train goes by, Tacoma currently on track to get 3 points in this one, but a 1-0 lead, not a comfortable one. That corner kick too comfortable to handle. Baker. Pass this one back for Leyva. And then a misfire pass. Give Portland the ball once again. And substitution taking place here for Portland. Bunbury's night is over. And in comes Tega Ikoba. First team player for the Portland Timbers. Has 6 total MLS appearances for his club. Hasn't been able to crack the field yet this year for the Timbers. But he's making his MLS Next Pro 2024 season debut here. He's 20 years old. Looking to see if he can provide that spark offensively the Timbers too are looking for. And now here comes some more substitutions. As for Coach DSA. Cody Baker's night is over. So is Dylan Teves and Danny Leyva. We'll get those all to you. Sebastian Gomez coming in for Dylan Teves. Frank DeRoma stepping in for Danny Leyva. And you can see final switch, Cody Baker stepping out of the game, and we'll get to that last substitution here in a second. That shot deflected away, an opportunity for Faisal Patache. And now Portland making a run in the opposite direction. You can see on the screen there, Kalani Kosa Vayensi. Last switch. Here's the cross. And that one a little bit tougher for Andrew Thomas to bring in. But bring it in, he does. There's Kosa Rienzi winning it back for Tacoma, and now we'll see if they can hang on for the next 30 minutes. Still, the sole goal from Yu Sukanome. What's the difference in this one? It's always interesting to see as these games wear along, which team can maintain their focus. Manungu shoots off the crossbar. Tight angle shot. And they nearly doubled their advantage. Georgie Manungu has been oh so dangerous in this one, and he nearly was able to add a statistic to it to show his dangerous prowess in this one.
Replaced by number 17, Tega Ikoba. And Tacoma Defiance made 3 substitution changes. Left the game number 33, Cody Baker. Number 99, Dylan Teves. And number 75, Danny Leyva.
This portion of the match is brought to you by Western Washington Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Portland trying to go towards the penalty area of Tacoma. They won't be successful on this occasion. One of the most relaxed of distributions from the keeper, as this one will bounce into the box and into the arms of Carver Miller. That one will bounce out. Unfortunately for Portland. Tight exchange there for Tacoma. Service inside! It trickles towards the goal line, but Carver Miller is able to collect it before it's too late. Can Portland counterattack the other direction? Linares along the touchline has it knocked out. There's a look at it again. A good exchange and a well-driven ball, but Jaden Jones-Riley steps in a moment's notice to prevent the tap-in goal. And then Carver Miller realizes the ball slowly rolling towards his goal, and he's able to fall on top of it. Closest chance of the second half, you could say, for Tacoma. Between that and the Manungu shot off the crossbar. Just rifling that one against the woodwork. Was good there from Kalani Kosoren. And see, if he wasn't able to step on that, that would have been a prime opportunity for Portland to boost forward. Patache with some room to work with. Face off Patache. Tried to clip that one through. And easy pickings for Carver Miller. To expand upon that point I was talking about earlier when it comes to players going to college versus sticking around in their pro program. Hervé Diese mentioned that you go off to college and you learn to be more self-reliant. And that's something they definitely like to see in their players. They learn to become adults. He said the primary reason why we would recommend a player going to college versus sticking with the program is game time. If a player is not going to get minutes on one of the clubs, then they want those players to go to college and get those game minutes because it's so valuable to just play in big, important games. College is a great way to do that. On top of the personal development that one can get, getting a higher education. As that cross is flicked upward and out by Travion Sousa. Yes, I mentioned if you're on the cusp of playing on the first team, then we usually opt to keep that player around and don't advise them to go to college. But if that's not the case, then sometimes it's good to just leave your hometown, meet some new people, play for some new coaches, operate in a different system. Give you a little bit more of a holistic view of the sport. It all varies, each person. It depends on what's the right decision at that juncture. We got a warning there from our head official, Kalin Radisov. We also got a substitution. So in comes Osaze de Rosario. And the goal scorer, Yu Sukanome, will make his exit. Now 5 goals scored on the season for the Japanese striker.
Making the next change for Tacoma Defiance. Left the game, number 36, Yu Sukanome. Replaced by number 95, Osose de Rosario.
See there, a yellow card was issued to Jaden Jones-Riley, his 3rd yellow card of the season. So a booking and a substitution there during that dead ball. Jaden Jones-Riley now on the ball. Good feint. Now sends it over to Neville. A lot of bodies in the penalty area for Harvey Neville to send the ball to. Play it back, didn't have a good window to cross it. And that'll be another yellow. This one for Vincent Patache. His 5th yellow card of the season, and here's a look at that foul again. He's just late getting there. Be a long set piece for Portland. Player still slow to get up.
Yellow card is also issued to Tacoma Defiance, number 88, Faisal Patache.
Portland still looking for their first shot on target in this game. Ball comes swerving in. And then it's knocked out of bounds for a throw-in. This portion of the match is brought to you by Umpqua Bank. Jacoba having it back to Jaden Jones-Riley. Slipping this one through. That's a good move. Jacoba on the ball once again. And we will now get the 12th corner of the night for Portland Timbers 2. Still looking for that first shot on target. They've had 8 total shots in this game. Joshua Penn from the right corner flag. Ball drives in, and it goes by, I believe, Keyshawn Ferdinand. A couple of apt touches, and they're still running forward. It's De Rosario. Sprays it out wide. Patache takes the shot, tried to pick the side, but it kept on spinning to the right. Counterattack opportunity not to be there for Tacoma. Scoreline remains at 1-0. This would be a bit of an outlier in this series. This is a series in MLS Next Pro that has only resulted in a draw once, and that was in 2023 at Providence Park. 4 of the 6 matches have ended with one of the teams winning by at least 3 goals. So usually when these two rivals clash, it leans very much in favor of one team or another. This one been a little bit more tightly contested, that's for certain. Hopeful ball over top everybody and out for a goal kick. We'll play one more time this season in September. It ended up being a huge matchup. We'll be back here in Tukwila. All depends on where these two teams stand at that point in the season. Another substitution for Portland here. Max Eisenberg making his entrance into the game.
Making that exchange for Portland Timbers 2. Left again, number 42, Alexis Moreno.
Eisenberg, an academy player, stepping in, making his 12th appearance of the season. Subbing in for Alex Moreno. deflecting out. And another substitution. And that'll be Snyder Brunel. He's readying himself to come in. Throw in. And away, and Brunel gets somewhat of his first touch of the game.
Making their next change for Tacoma Defiance. Left the game number 88, Pfizer Patache. Replaced by number 37, Snyder Brunel.
Sousa. Pitch to Gomez. 75 minutes through. 15 more to go. Portland still searching for that equalizer. Ikoba looking to connect with Eisenberg. Wasn't successful there. Look at another crack towards the penalty area with this throw-in. Throw is lobbed in, headed outward. It took that second header to really take things out of danger for Tacoma. Eisenberg still going with it. But a loose pass means Osaze De Rosario can spring it forward. Here's Georgie Manungu. He's got Brunel centered. Manungu plays it inside. This one will go wide. Georgie Manungu. This one too far out of his teammate. Not close enough for a shot on target. As Osaze De Rosario, who sent Manungu running back from international play and got a quiet confidence about him, according to Hervé DSA. As Portland takes a shot, and there is your first chance on goal for Timbers 2. Andrew Thomas making the save. It's been a game with a lot of chances for Portland, but that's the first time they have tested Andrew Thomas to make the stop. That's off the back of De Rosario. Works out for Tacoma. De Rosario, and the flag goes up. Talk about De Rosario a little bit more. Hervé DSA said that he's a very good human being and he's got a lot of talent, but he doesn't walk around like he does. He's super humble, very respectful. It's always yes sir and yes ma'am around the building. He doesn't have an off-the-roof confidence, but he's definitely confident. Now that he's here in Tacoma, he's being asked to do more. He has been other places he's been, but he's been working really hard, especially trying to get a call up for the upcoming Open Cup match, July 9th against Sacramento Republic. It's always an opportunity, those Open Cup games, for these Defiance players and for players all across MLS Next Pro to throw on the first team jersey, impress the head coach. Certainly wouldn't be the first time if a player impressed in Open Cup play. He would get some more minutes in MLS matches. Should that happen, it also wouldn't be the last time. It's just about earning yourself that opportunity, that chance. Eisenberg pushing forward. Cross comes in, takes a bounce. And it gets cleared away. Yesterday, these two teams, MLS sides, victorious. Seattle winning 2-1 against Chicago. Meanwhile, Portland replicating their second team's victory on Wednesday, a 3-2 win against Minnesota. Happened in a little bit different fashion, though. A dramatic conclusion, a 92nd minute winner. Earned all 3 points for the Timbers. DeRoma leads it to Brunel. And he sprays it out wide. Manungu takes the effort. Second time he's hit the woodwork. That one a little bit further off target. Hit the outside of the right post. But still, whenever you ding that frame, it means you weren't far off. And here they come again. Gomez. Over to DeRoma. Gomez once again. Tripped up, but it was a good challenge. Brunel dancing in the penalty area. You always got to be careful as a defender in moments like that. Tacoma trying to put this one to bed here. No one making the run, relinquishing possession. They can hang on. Tacoma would earn their 7th win of the season. Would put them just 1 point behind Sporting Kansas City 2. They're currently sitting in that 6th place spot ahead of a meeting next Sunday. DeRoma. Now out wide. Service comes in from Manungu and a corner kick for Tacoma. Connection there from DeRoma to Kosa Rienzi. Over to that right-hand side for Georgie Manungu. Playing it short to DeRoma. No need to rush anything if you're Tacoma. Sousa slips up, and now Portland can dash the other direction. It's Eisenberg. That's an excellent challenge. And actually, they're gonna say it's a fouling challenge. Looked like he got ball, but the fact that he slid in from behind might be the argument for Kalin Radosov, making it a dangerous foul. Also gonna been that other boot. Clashing in, even if you get ball first, if the challenge is deemed dangerous enough, it could still be a foul. I know a lot of people know that code of rule, which is if you get the ball first, it's fair play, but it's more of a rule of thumb, not necessarily always the case. So Travion Sousa going to the books. Neville sends this one inside. A cheeky back heel flick to get it out of harm's way. And now Manungu will go running. Great move from Manungu. Plays it at the top of the area. Brunel plays it across. That extra pass may have been one too many. Alani Kosa Rienzi might have had the ability to play it on goal, but was looking to make that extra pass, make it an easier opportunity. Another substitution incoming. So Braxton Najib steps in for Joshua Penn. There's the cross, headed down by Ferdinand. And this pass stepped on by Trevion Sousa. Gomez taking over to the corner. Not looking to hold it up. Just where the ball took him. DeRoma tried to sneak that one inside. Now Portland. Bit of a hopeful ball running forward. Now a whistle is blown by Kalin Radosov. Here's Timbers 2. We'll still have the ball. 5 more minutes plus added time to go. Yu Sukanome scoring the goal in the 25th minute. Will that be enough for 3 points for Tacoma? DeRoma traversing danger elegantly here. DeRoma once again. He's done well since he subbed into this game. And ever present. Now Manungu. Makes a move. Still going with it. Manungu. Still on the ball with a turn. Manungu has that one deflect off of himself and out for a goal kick. Hold your breath in a good way or a bad way, depending on your perspective. And Georgie Manungu has the ball at his feet in the penalty area as he tries to make something happen. Koba. Sliding challenge, dishes that one out. It's going to be a deep throw in for Portland. Stuart Hawkins, the one making the challenge. Eisenberg. That's the better there. It's a throw in for Portland once again. And Jaden Jones-Riley loft this one into the penalty area, making it a pseudo set piece chance. He'll do just that. It's headed down. Chance for a shot at the top of the 18, denied immediately. Another lofted ball. Comes down, appeals for a handball, not given. And Ferdinand just has to knock that one out of play to ensure that De Rosario does not hound in on it. Get a breakaway chance one-on-one with the keeper. Out for another Portland throw, Linares. Being halted for a moment. And it's another substitution. Manungu's night's over. Blake Bowen stepping in to shore it up defensively to see this one through. Neville. Cross comes in. Sousa chests it to his keeper. And Thomas making the wise decision to wait as long as he can to pick it up. 25 years old, he has that know-how and that wherewithal to not hastily pick it up. There is Ario trying to sneak that one to Snyder Brunel. Collision will go in favor of the home team. Looking to stand their ground Another couple minutes.
Tacoma Defiance made a substitution.
In a series that usually results in one team confidently winning. It's a close affair here. We get closer and closer to the 90-minute mark. Sousa to Roma. We've got 3 more minutes of action here from the Starfire Sports Complex. Can Tacoma put this one away? Square ball across. De Rosario denied. Carver Miller keeping his team in it. Just got his body in the way of that shot. Knocked out for a throw-in. Huge opportunity with a chance to shoot from the penalty spot. Osaze De Rosario couldn't get it by the 20-year-old keeper from Charlottesville, Virginia. Eisenberg hits the brakes. Gives the back heel to Jones Riley. 2 more minutes to go. Rod plays it forward for Linares. Winding around, Kyle Linares still with the ball. Plays it in the middle. And it's booted away by Hawkins. Was looking to connect with Ikoba. Good work from Kyle Linares there to create a window of opportunity. Now we can anticipate another long throw here. Thomas came way out. Ball still on the ground. And it slid out of danger. Could have been disastrous there for Tacoma. 1 more minute to go. Portland gonna throw everything forward. Thomas punches it away. Another cross comes in. This header couldn't quite connect right for Linares. He made contact, but not the kind he'd like. Andrew Thomas getting 5 appearances this season with the Seattle Sounders, 4 of them being starts. Looking to maintain the goose egg on the score sheet and get a clean sheet tonight. As we hit 93 minutes. Now it's all up to Colleen Radisov to determine when this one's over. Portland get one last push. DeRoma gets there first, and he'll play it back to his keeper. Ferdinand has it once again, the captain. Taps over to Jones Riley. And getting there first is Sousa. And that will do it. Tacoma hanging on for the 1-0 victory. Getting some payback against their rivals to even the series on the year. 1-0, your final score, the Defiance winning on home soil. Let's take a look at tonight's man of the match. It's Yu Tsukunome of the Tacoma Defiance, and it's presented to you by Adidas. The save was not enough Yusukanome was right there to tap it home and secure all 3 points for Tacoma. And that will do it here in this broadcast. 1-0 your final score. Tacoma winning this one. For our entire MLS Pro broadcast crew, I'm Mark Schoenster. Once again, our final score, Tacoma 1, Portland 0. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Hope you all have a good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.